Okay, I'll see you in 10 minutes.
All right, don't be late. That's the only important thing.
You get a production crew, lights.
And we're just the talent.
I just want to walk in when everything's set.
I just want to walk in and
Talk
sit
for
down
5
and
minutes
just shine.
and give me
you
my
know?
check.
Exactly, most important. Well, you know, the Filipinos are so brutally honest. And some things, I mean, I think I may have told you, I was at a restaurant, and of course I'm proud of my picture that I have with Gloria.
Sure.
Yeah, no, a long time ago. And I say, this was me, I was 22 and Gloria was 21. And she says, wow, you were so handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got the perfect reply, but you can't use it.
I know it. I do. And you were so.
These jeans make me look fat. You go, well, how do I want the rest of the day to go? Do I lie?
Well, when I got a haircut, I don't know if I told you, I said, man, my head's round like a basketball. And he said, yes, it is.
I tell you what, I run into women and men, but mostly women that I haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
And they just, the first thing out of their mouth is, wow, you got fat.
Yeah. I know. Well, when we see actors, you know, on TV,
Yeah.
man, they've gotten old.
Yes. Yes. There's some of them that are just brutal looking, and they've had the plastic surgery that went wrong. You know what's funny is, I think about this, is there are these...
Oh, let's have some coffee
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
by all means.
Di?
This is breakfast. You hungry? Breakfast
Yeah.
is on me today.
No, it's not. It's not me.
Oh, stop it. So are you recording all this now?
Yeah.
Oh, you are?
Coffee and you want breakfast? We want breakfast too? And breakfast. Okay. Hold that thought. I hope you didn't forget it, what you were going to say.
Oh, about the actors.
Oh,
and all the makeup and everything.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, thank you.
Okay. Coffee, sir?
Coffee for
Yes, and milk. Good money? Okay. How they rely on their looks.
Yeah.
And then it seems like the men get over it.
Yeah.
But the women, a lot of them just become recluses. Especially the old schools.
Yeah.
You know, the ones from the 30s and the 40s.
Yeah.
They would
Wanna
buy
be
an
left alone.
apartment in New York and never
Yeah.
come outside because the looks had faded. And
You
I
know-
thought that's where you go. And then other people, the actors and the actresses, have embraced it. And they're
Robert
wrinkles.
Redford, I've admired him
Absolutely,
for
the deep
that. He
wrinkles.
said he wasn't
and
going to get it.
everything. No way. And they could afford it.
Sure.
And actually, the ones that do it look ridiculous in many cases.
John Rivers. Yeah. You watch movies very much?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Not anymore. I don't really have a way to do it.
Well, are you on Netflix?
There's Netflix, but it's all Filipino.
What?
I can't get American Netflix.
What?
Well, it's let me rephrase that. It's they show American movies, but they're like 5 years old,
Well,
10 years old,
that's
20
true.
years old.
That's
You know,
true.
and I'm such a movie buff that
Yeah.
I already saw those movies.
Yeah.
I can't watch Jason Bourne again. You know.
I know, I
just
liked
can't,
it.
You know. I mean, I've watched it 100 times already.
Thank
Thank you.
I know what I want. Do you know what you want?
No, but you will.
Saucy love.
Saucy log, your side, sir. Your egg dye, sorry. Egg style.
Inside?
Yeah. Sunny side
yeah,
up.
no, scrambled.
Scrambled. Okay. How about you, sir?
So is this come with bacon, sausage, and ham?
Yes,
This
sir.
does? This comes with that?
Yes, sir. You choose bacon, sausage, or ham.
Oh, okay. So I'll have French toast with bacon.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Man, that smells like cinnamon.
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh man, that's
What I'm talking about. You know what? Your channel. What would you say? Do you have a theme? I mean, it's your daily life.
they
Right?
say that to have a successful channel, you need a theme, a niche. And so many people, like myself, have a broad spectrum of interests and things, but there's nothing that people can say. 'Cause you need when I've got this concept from branding. If somebody says a certain product, you think of that brand name automatically. That's what you want. So unfortunately, I don't have, like you say, I'm just an old retired teacher living in the Philippines, which is so hot. But
What's your motivation for doing YouTube?
well, kind of like I've heard you say, it's a legacy for children, family, and people that are that either your acquaintance or family. So I've kept a journal for years, a written journal. Fortunately or unfortunately, I had all the books and our filled up journals, and we had a storage, had them in storage at a facility in Tulare, where I live. After like 5 or 6 years of paying, and it wasn't that much, $25 a month, 5 by 5, you know. That was just something in the back of my mind. I'm paying for something that I haven't seen for 5 years. I don't even want to add up how much I've paid. So I asked my daughter and my son, I know it's a big favor, could you guys just go there and just clear out that? You can have whatever you want.
Take it.
Just take it. They didn't really want much of anything, so they dumped a lot of stuff. Of course, my journals, but books and stuff.
Would you go back and read those?
Well, if I had nothing else to do, which is, Paul, I feel like, to tell you the truth, I feel like I'm a locomotive that's just getting, it's kind of like if somebody said, if you had all the time in the world and all the money in the world, you'd never get in trouble, what would you do? Of course, I'm not exactly in that situation, but I've got a lot of time, and the things that I like to do doesn't take a lot of money. I mean, play the guitar, learning the fiddle, learning these languages. It's just a matter of doing it. And so that's what I'm doing these days. I'm almost embarrassed to say how many languages I'm studying, you know.
Right.
People say, come on, Swahili.
Yeah.
Now you're going overboard. Not really.
No.
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
So
Follow your bliss.
exactly.
It's all about purpose, right?
Exactly.
I'm busier at the age of 66 than I was at the age of 36.
There you go.
That's the God's truth.
Yeah.
I'm like a snowball.
There
I
you
just
go.
keep moving, man, down the mountain. I got this going on, that going on. I go here, I go there.
Yeah.
And before I was just chained to a desk.
Yep.
And by the time I got away from the desk, I was too freaking tired
There you
to
go.
do anything but go
Exactly.
home, to deal with the family, you know, or watch TV, or
Yeah.
get ready for the next day
Yeah.
at the boneyard.
Yeah.
And there's guys that retire that die 6 months into it.
Yeah.
Because
I've heard that.
some of them just take themselves out, and other guys, I think, just mentally give up. Because I got this favorite phrase that says, the older I get, the greater I was. And so these guys were maybe the president or the leader or the general manager.
I used
and
to
they
be
were
somebody.
in charge. Yeah. They got 300 employees, 3,000 employees. They had assistants. They had a secretary. When they went like this, people jumped. And now they come home and they wake up. And there's no one to boss around. The old lady's not going to take it. The dog's not interested in you. And what are you going to do? The one observation I've made is that some of the biggest guys that are biggest pain in the rear are the presidents of homeowner associations. And these are the guys that have retired, and they can't handle the fact that they're not the president or the head of something. So what do? They live in the $1 million exclusive residences on the golf course or whatnot, and they've got to be on the board of something. So it's the homeowners association. And now their big deal is to find out if the neighbor's got a weed growing.
Yeah.
Or if they painted the fence the wrong color.
Paragraph
It's just
3,
like,
section
good
2.
Lord, dude.
Not allowed.
What a life. What a life you don't have. You know, that's the biggest thing you're concerned about.
Yeah. Well, this is moving to the Philippines. It's like a second chance in a sense. You know, start all over, and hopefully the lessons that you learned on your first life, like charitable things. You know, giving things away. Are you kidding me? I never did that before. I was just struggling to make ends meet,
Right.
let alone give stuff away.
Right.
But now, although, like you, it's not necessary, we're the messengers of donations, you know. But I tell the people that, Chinilas and stuff, oh, thank you so much. I said, I'm just a messenger. It's really, you know, Joe from America that sent this. Yeah, but thank you. Okay, you're welcome.
Right. Well, you know, in America, there's a different mindset with charities. There's organizations, and then you'll see a homeless person, and to this day, I kind of hold to this. There are places that homeless person can go every day. Of course, I don't know the crowd. I've never been homeless, thank God. But you can go get a meal at a church within 7 days a week, or the outreach center, or whatever. You have an addiction, especially in California. If you have an addiction or an issue like that, there's a place you can go for free. If you need a free clinic, you can get free medical, and on and on and on. Here, they don't have any of that. And I think that it will, if you're an empathetic person, like you and I tend to be, you see that if you don't do something, no one will. In your own little tiny way. You know, we don't even make a scratch with what we do. We do nothing. We just do a little bit above nothing. But it's something.
It's a Band-Aid, but still, a Band-Aid is better than an open sore.
So our friend Richard Guthrie, there's a nice man.
There's a nice guy.
There's a guy that took a lot of time, a lot of these resources, and helped animals. That was his passion. You know, he gave his motorbike to the place.
Really?
Yeah. The animal shelter. Because when he was leaving, he had a choice. He could sell the bike, or he could donate it. And he gave away a bunch of stuff to people.
He's a fella that I think
he's the kind of guy that we need to just fill the place with.
Yeah.
You know?
He had the best motive for coming here. He says, got a house, got a car, got everything, but I'm by myself, and I'm bored. And then he came over here, another good thing, on a recon run. And he, liked it, found his passion with the dogs, and went back to wrap things up. And of course, that's when,
COVID hit.
yeah,
Now he's stuck over there.
I'll be glad about. But he's the kind of fellow that the Philippine needs, and he needs. It's a, such a good fit.
Absolutely.
But I don't know if he asked me or I asked him. I probably asked him if I could babysit his drone. So the little drone that I have is his. But I always give him credit every time I use it. But the problem where I live, this is my story and I'm sticking to it. I live somehow in the prohibited zone of the airport or whatever, maybe it's a flyover or something. So where I live now, I cannot use the drone. I mean, of course I can drive away and go someplace.
Yeah.
But where I'm at now, which I would like to use it, that's the problem with the drone. And also I feel a little bit nervous because it isn't mine.
That would make me crazy.
Yeah. Especially a drone, I mean, can you imagine? They're not cheap and they're easy to fall and...
No. I don't like borrowing anything from anybody.
I know.
At all.
I know.
A car, nothing. If it's mine, it's wrecked, okay.
Yeah. Exactly. You're right, I'm not a meat eater, but...
You did pretty good care of that sausage, pal.
Yeah, some reason it's really tasty. I don't know why. I'm probably not eating it the proper way, but I like to eat what I call, what is it, when you have a balance on both sides, in other words, I like to eat a little bit of everything until it comes down. If I have 3 or 4 things, the very last bite's going to have a little bit of those 3 or 4 things in it.
Yeah, people have habits like that. It's funny you should mention that because I knew a guy that said, I'm a section eater. So he would eat all of these vegetables at one time. And then he would eat all of these potatoes. And then he would eat all of these steak. But you're taking a little snip of everything at all times.
Right.
I'm a member like you.
Right?
Yep.